There comes a moment in every chosen one's journey when life sends a quiet but powerful message. It does not arrive with noise or chaos. It comes as a gentle feeling, a shift inside the heart, a whisper that says, "Something is not right." You may feel it after a conversation that leaves you feeling small, or in moments when your joy suddenly disappears, or when your dreams seem impossible around a certain person. That is the voice of your inner guidance, your divine compass, trying to protect your purpose. This is not about fear. This is about awareness. It is about recognizing the energy that surrounds you and understanding what lifts you and what slowly pulls you away from your light. Every chosen one is born with a mission, but to walk that path, you must stay connected to your highest vibration. That means being aware of who you allow into your sacred space. Sometimes the most important protection is not a shield, it is clarity. It is the courage to listen to your own soul when it quietly tells you, "This energy is not helping you grow. This voice is not your weakness. It is your divine warning, and it must be heard." There is a certain kind of person who appears to be kind, caring, and even supportive on the surface. They smile, they offer help, they say the right words, and they seem to be just like everyone else. But what you may not realize is that their true identity is hidden in plain sight. These individuals are not here to support your light. They are here to drain it without making it obvious. They walk among friends, family, co-workers, and even spiritual communities. You might have already met such a person without realizing it. The reason you could not see it before is because they wear masks. Masks of charm, compassion, and shared values. But behind the smile, there is something else. Something that does not align with your growth, your truth, or your energy. They often mirror your personality to earn your trust. They observe you closely, your dreams, your fears, your hopes, and then use those very things to stay close to you. But the energy you feel around them slowly begins to change. Feels confusing. One moment they lift you up, and the next moment they subtly bring you down. They may question your ideas in ways that make you doubt yourself. They may give advice that sounds wise but leads you away from your purpose. You may even start to feel tired after spending time with them. Not physically tired, but soul tired, a kind of quiet heaviness that builds without explanation. This is not because of what they say directly, but because of the vibration they carry. Their energy does not feed your spirit, it silently drains it. But here is the truth. This is not about blame or anger. This is about clarity. Every chosen one has a sacred journey to follow, and that path requires inner strength and divine awareness. Recognizing the energy of someone whose presence does not align with your purpose is not a sign of judgment. It is a sign of awakening. These people are not always bad or evil. In many cases, they are simply unaware of their own wounds, and they project those wounds onto others. But for someone who is walking the path of a chosen one, it becomes essential to recognize who is really walking beside you and why. When someone repeatedly makes you feel smaller, confused, or disconnected from your divine truth, it is a sign. When their presence makes your vision cloudy or your heart restless, it is not just a feeling, it is a message. Look closely not at the words people speak, but at how you feel in their presence. Do you feel inspired, empowered, encouraged to be your truest self? Or do you feel unseen, unheard, and misunderstood? The answers are not in their language. The answers are in your own energy. Every soul has a unique frequency, and the frequency of a chosen one is especially sensitive to truth. You cannot ignore what your spirit already knows. You were not created to please everyone. You were created to fulfill a purpose that requires focus, clarity, and alignment. Their true identity may be hidden to the world, but it will never be hidden from your soul. You will know them not by their mask, but by your vibration. You will know them not by their promises, but by your peace. You will know them not by their presence, but by how your soul responds in silence. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. You are being prepared to rise, and for that rise, only truth can stay beside you. Every chosen one is born with a sacred destiny, a divine path filled with purpose, growth, and service. But when the wrong person enters that journey, someone whose energy is not aligned with truth, it does not just delay your progress. It affects your entire spiritual blueprint in ways that are deeply silent and invisible. The damage is not always loud. It is not always obvious. It often begins with self-doubt. When you share your dreams and they laugh or question them, a small seed of uncertainty is planted. That seed, if not removed, begins to grow. You start wondering, am I really capable of doing this? And slowly, your confidence, the very fuel for your mission, begins to fade. The energy they carry is like a fog. It clouds your intuition, which is the compass a chosen one must always trust. You stop listening to your inner voice and begin adjusting your decisions based on their opinions. This is dangerous because your destiny is not something others can understand. It is something only your soul can feel. These people may not directly stop you, but they will distract you. They will pull your attention away from what truly matters. One moment you are deeply focused on your spiritual growth, and the next you find yourself caught in emotional confusion, trying to solve problems that were never yours to begin with. You are no longer walking your path. You are walking in circles, trying to find your way back to the light. They might even make you feel guilty for evolving. As you rise into your purpose, they may say you are changing too much, becoming distant, or acting differently. But that is the very sign that you are growing. True connections do not resist your growth. They celebrate it. When someone tries to hold you back under the name of love, loyalty, or comfort, it is not support. It is silent sabotage. The real damage they do is spiritual. They take your time, your energy, your focus, and all of that is sacred. Time is not just minutes and hours. It is divine opportunity. Every day that you are not aligned with your mission is a day your light is not being used to uplift the world. The purpose of a chosen one is not just personal. It is universal. Even your body responds. You may feel tired, unmotivated, or emotionally drained for no clear reason. That is not laziness. That is your spirit protecting itself from energy that is not in harmony with your soul's truth. When the wrong energy surrounds you for too long, your natural gifts, your vision, your creativity, your inner strength begin to go silent. And that silence is not peace. It is suppression. But the greatest damage is what they do to your belief in yourself. Because when a chosen one forgets who they are, they cannot lead. They cannot heal. They cannot build. That is why it is so important to guard your light, not with fear, but with wisdom. The journey of a chosen one is too sacred to be shared with those who cannot honor it. Your destiny needs space. It needs clarity. And above all, it needs people who speak life into your mission, not confusion into your mind. You are not being called to judge them. You are being called to protect your path. You are not here to fix everyone. You are here to rise. And sometimes the first step to rising is simply choosing who no longer gets access to your divine energy. The more you protect your purpose, the stronger it becomes. And once that strength returns, your destiny begins to move again, with power, clarity, and unstoppable light. When you walk the path of a chosen one, your journey is guided by divine purpose, and your energy is sacred. Along this path, you will encounter people, some of whom are meant to support you, and others who can unknowingly or consciously disrupt your mission. These individuals often hide their true nature behind friendly gestures or comforting words, making them difficult to spot. Recognizing the signs of these individuals early on can save you from unnecessary distractions and prevent them from damaging your journey. It is important to develop a deep awareness of the following signs that can reveal their true intentions. 1. A subtle feeling of discomfort. The first sign you may encounter is a feeling of discomfort that appears when you are around certain individuals. It is not something that you can always put into words, but it is a feeling that grows stronger over time. When you are with them, there may be a deep sense of unease that nags at you. It is your inner wisdom, your divine self, telling you that something is not quite right. Even if their words seem harmless or even kind, your spirit will begin to sense a discord between what they are saying and how they are making you feel. Trust this feeling. It is often the first sign that someone may not be aligned with your true path. 2. Draining of your energy. Another sign that someone in your life may not be aligned with your destiny is the way they impact your energy levels. You might notice that after spending time with them, you feel emotionally and physically drained. Initially, their presence may provide a temporary sense of relief or fun, but over time, the interactions start to take more than they give. Your creativity, enthusiasm, and zest for life feel dimmed. This energy drain is not always intentional. However, it can significantly hinder your growth. The people who are meant to be in your life should uplift you, not deplete your energy. If you are constantly feeling worn out after spending time with someone, this is a sign that their energy is not in alignment with yours. 3. Subtle criticism disguised as concern. Some individuals mask their negative energy through words of concern that are actually designed to undermine your confidence. They will offer advice or opinions about your decisions and actions, and while it may sound caring on the surface, it often comes laced with doubt and criticism. For example, they might say, "Are you sure this is a good idea?" Or, "I do not know if you can handle this." This kind of subtle undermining wears you down over time, making you question your abilities and your path. The real goal behind these comments is not to help you grow, but to plant seeds of insecurity. Recognize that true supporters will empower you and believe in your capacity to succeed, even when the road is difficult. 4. Unpredictable behavior and mood swings. One of the clearest signs of someone who does not have your best interests at heart is erratic behavior. You may experience moments where they are kind, loving, and supportive, but in other moments, they can be distant, cold, or dismissive. This unpredictability creates emotional turbulence and confusion. As a chosen one, it is essential for your journey to remain grounded and steady. The presence of unpredictable people in your life can create unnecessary stress and instability, making it harder for you to focus on your divine mission. Look for consistency in behavior and mood. People who truly care about you will offer you stability and unwavering support. 5. Isolation from your support system. Those who do not have your best interests at heart may try to create divisions between you and the people who genuinely support you. They may subtly influence you to pull away from family, friends, or mentors who uplift you. They may sow seeds of doubt about the motives of these people, suggesting that they do not have your best interests in mind. This isolation is a form of manipulation that can make you feel alone and disconnected from your true support system. Remember, the right people will always encourage you to strengthen your bonds with others who empower you. True allies will not want to isolate you. They will want to see you surrounded by love and support as you pursue your highest purpose. 6. Resisting your growth and success. Another key sign is the way they react to your growth. As you evolve, elevate, and make progress in your life, Someone who is not aligned with your journey may show signs of discomfort or jealousy. They may try to downplay your achievements, making you feel guilty for your success. This reaction can be subtle, such as remarks like, "You have changed," or "I do not know if you are still the same person." These reactions are not expressions of care or concern. Instead, they reflect their inability to support your growth. True supporters will celebrate your success and cheer you on as you move closer to your purpose. Anyone who makes you feel bad for growing is not meant to be part of your divine journey. 7. Disrupting your peace and harmony. When someone is not meant to be in your life, they often disrupt your inner peace. You may notice that after spending time with them, your mental and emotional balance is shaken. You feel unsettled, confused, or frustrated. This constant disturbance makes it difficult to stay aligned with your true self and your higher purpose. A chosen one must maintain inner peace to effectively carry out their mission. If someone in your life constantly disrupts this peace, it is time to evaluate their role in your journey. True peace comes from surrounding yourself with individuals who support your vision, not people who take away your sense of calm. 8. Ignoring your boundaries. Respect for your boundaries is a fundamental sign of healthy relationships. If someone consistently ignores your boundaries, whether they are physical, emotional, or spiritual, it is a strong indication that they are not respecting your personal space and energy. Healthy relationships are based on mutual respect, and those who truly care about your well-being will honor your needs and limitations. On the other hand, individuals who disregard your boundaries can often lead to burnout, confusion, and imbalance in your life. 9. Listening to your inner voice. The most important sign to recognize is your own intuition. Your inner voice, or your higher self, knows when something is not right. If you have a persistent feeling that someone is not aligned with your mission, trust that feeling. Your inner wisdom is a powerful tool, and it will never lead you astray. Listening to your intuition is an essential part of recognizing the right people to keep in your life and identifying those who need to be removed for your highest good. Recognizing the wrong people in your life is a crucial step for any chosen one on their journey to self-fulfillment and spiritual awakening. By being aware of these signs, feeling uncomfortable, drained, subtly criticized, unpredictable, isolated, unsupported, and disturbed, you can better protect your peace and stay aligned with your divine path. Always trust your inner voice and remember that your journey is sacred. Surround yourself only with those who support your mission and elevate your spirit. This will ensure that you walk confidently towards your destiny, unburdened by those who would try to lead you astray. In life, there are individuals who project power in ways that seem overwhelming, captivating, and even mesmerizing. They may appear confident, authoritative, and charismatic, creating an illusion that they possess something extraordinary, something that others do not. However, when you look deeper, you will realize that the power they wield is nothing more than an illusion. It is not rooted in love, truth, or genuine connection. Instead, it is often based on manipulation, control, and ego. Understanding the difference between real power and illusionary power is essential for your journey as a chosen one, as you navigate your path with clarity and purpose. 1. The illusion of control. One of the first signs that an individual's power is based on illusion rather than love is their desire to control others. They often use tactics that make you feel as though you are being guided, protected, or cared for. However, in reality, they are not empowering you. Instead, they are seeking to control your decisions, your emotions, and your actions. This control is not born from a place of love or support, but from fear, insecurity, and a need to feel superior. They create an illusion that they are the ones who hold the key to your success or happiness, but in truth, they are restricting your growth and freedom. 2. Power built on fear, not trust. Another critical aspect of their illusion of power is that it is often built on fear rather than trust. These individuals may intimidate, threaten, or manipulate others into submission. They may make you feel small or unworthy in order to gain the upper hand. This fear-based power dynamic is not sustainable, and it is not driven by love. True love creates an atmosphere of safety, trust, and support. It allows you to feel empowered to be your authentic self. Illusionary power, on the other hand, forces you into a position of submission and dependency, creating a toxic environment where you are unable to thrive. 3. Empty promises and false hopes. Those who thrive on illusionary power often use promises to keep others under their control. They will offer empty words, making promises they have no intention of fulfilling. These promises may sound sincere at first, but their true intentions are to keep you tethered to them, waiting for something that will never come. They may tell you that you need to remain loyal, patient, or dedicated to them, assuring you that everything will be better in the future. However, their promises are empty because they are not motivated by love or a genuine desire to see you succeed. They simply wish to maintain their illusion of power by keeping you in a perpetual state of waiting and dependence. 4. The disguise of love, self-interest at its core. One of the most deceptive tactics used by those who wield illusionary power is the disguise of love. They may say all the right things, act affectionate, and pretend to have your best interests at heart. They might offer you gifts, kind words, or even emotional support when it benefits them. However, the love they offer is not unconditional. It is often conditional and tied to their need to maintain control. True love does not come with strings attached. It is free, unconditional, and selfless. When love is given with the expectation of receiving something in return, whether it is attention, loyalty, or power, it ceases to be real love. It becomes a transaction, a manipulation that serves the ego of the one offering it. 5. Disempowering others to elevate themselves. Those who possess illusionary power often seek to disempower others in order to elevate themselves. They may do this by belittling, undermining, or mocking others to make themselves appear more powerful or important. They thrive on creating divisions, sowing doubts, and causing confusion among those around them. This disempowerment of others is a tool for maintaining their illusion of superiority. However, true love empowers those around you. It does not seek to diminish others in order to feel better about oneself. Love builds people up, lifts them higher, and inspires them to become the best versions of themselves. When someone's power is based on love, it is not derived from making others feel inferior, but from helping them realize their full potential. 6. The need for constant validation. Illusionary power is often driven by the need for constant validation and praise. Those who rely on this kind of power need others to affirm their worth and validate their importance. They may seek admiration, attention, or praise in order to feel valued. This need for validation stems from deep insecurity and a fear of being insignificant. Real power, however, does not seek validation from others. It is rooted in inner confidence, self-belief, and a sense of purpose. True power comes from knowing who you are, what you stand for, and the love you have within. You do not need others to constantly tell you that you are powerful when you have a deep understanding of your own strength and worth. 7. Power that drains, not nourishes. Another significant difference between illusionary power and real power is the way it affects others. The power that is based on illusion tends to drain those around it, leaving them feeling empty, exhausted, and unfulfilled. The constant manipulation, control, and emotional games deplete people's energy and spirit. On the other hand, real power nourishes and uplifts. It inspires growth, fosters creativity, and encourages those around you to become the best version of themselves. The right kind of power is not selfish. It is selfless. It gives without expecting anything in return, and it leaves others feeling empowered, not depleted. 8. The dangers of falling into the trap of illusionary power. It is easy to become captivated by someone who projects an image of power, especially if you are vulnerable or seeking guidance. The illusion can be so convincing that it becomes difficult to see through the facade. However, falling into the trap of illusionary power can lead to significant emotional, spiritual, and even physical harm. The longer you stay under the influence of someone who does not offer real love and empowerment, the more difficult it becomes to break free. Recognizing the illusion early on is essential for protecting your energy and your path. Trust in the love that comes from within, and do not fall for the false promises of external power. As a chosen one, it is essential to understand that true power is rooted in love, compassion, and self-awareness. The illusion of power may appear enticing, but it is ultimately hollow, unfulfilling, and draining. Recognizing the difference between real love and the illusion of power is crucial for your personal growth and spiritual evolution. By staying connected to your inner truth and embracing the love that comes from within, you can navigate your path with clarity, strength, and authenticity. Remember that real power does not control, dominate, or manipulate. It supports, uplifts, and empowers, and it is always grounded in love. Life's journey can often be unpredictable. As a chosen one, you may encounter numerous challenges and obstacles designed to test your strength and determination. Sometimes, the most significant threat to your destiny does not come from external forces, but from individuals who seek to control, manipulate, or divert you from your true path. To protect your destiny and maintain the integrity of your life's mission, you must learn how to create and execute a powerful escape plan. This escape plan is not about running away from challenges, but about empowering yourself to break free from anything or anyone that stands in the way of your growth and fulfillment. 1. Understand your value and purpose. The first step in creating your escape plan is recognizing your true value and understanding your purpose. You are not here by chance. You have been chosen for a divine mission, and it is essential that you honor and protect this calling. Understanding the significance of your role will help you stay focused and grounded, especially when you face distractions or manipulation. Remember that your purpose is sacred and cannot be altered by outside forces unless you allow it. The more you align yourself with this higher purpose, the more clearly you will see the path you need to take and the people or situations that are not serving your destiny. This understanding creates an inner strength that acts as a shield against any external pressures that may try to lead you astray. 2. Set boundaries. To protect your destiny, it is essential to set clear boundaries in all areas of your life. Boundaries are not just about saying no to others, but about recognizing what is acceptable for your energy, time, and focus. Setting boundaries means understanding where you need to say no to certain relationships, opportunities, or activities that do not align with your mission or values. It also means guarding your emotional, mental, and spiritual space. When you set healthy boundaries, you create an environment where your energy is protected and you can focus on what truly matters. You will find that people who respect your boundaries will naturally be drawn to you, while those who do not align with your purpose will fade away. This creates space for you to nurture your destiny without interference. 3. Stay grounded and centered. One of the most effective ways to protect your destiny is by staying grounded and centered in your truth. In a world full of distractions and noise, it can be easy to lose sight of who you truly are and what you stand for. Grounding yourself spiritually and emotionally will help you stay connected to your inner wisdom and divine guidance. Take time each day to meditate, reflect, and connect with the source of your power. This practice will help you listen to your intuition and recognize when something or someone is out of alignment with your path. When you are centered, you can move through life with confidence, knowing that you are in control of your actions and decisions, and nothing can sway you from your mission. 4. Seek wise counsel. As you move through your journey, it is essential to seek wise counsel from those who have walked the path before you. These mentors, guides, or trusted advisors can offer insight, guidance, and support when you are uncertain about your direction or when you face challenges that threaten your destiny. However, be mindful of who you turn to for advice. It is important to surround yourself with people who are aligned with your values, vision, and purpose. Seek those who have a deep understanding of your journey and can help you navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and discernment. The right counsel can act as a guiding light, helping you to see clearly and make decisions that protect your destiny. 5. Strengthen your inner resolve. To protect your destiny, you must develop an unshakable inner resolve. This means cultivating mental, emotional, and spiritual strength that cannot be easily shaken by external circumstances. Life will present you with tests, and there will be times when it seems like the world is pushing against you. However, it is during these moments that your resolve will determine whether you continue on your path or succumb to outside influences. Strengthen your resolve by consistently reinforcing your commitment to your purpose. This can be done through affirmations, visualization, and regularly reminding yourself of why you are on this journey. The more you focus on your purpose and strengthen your resolve, the easier it becomes to stay true to your path and ignore distractions. 6. Protect your energy. Your energy is one of the most valuable assets you have as a chosen one. It is what fuels your creativity, passion, and drive to fulfill your destiny. Therefore, protecting your energy is essential. There will be people, situations, and environments that drain your energy or seek to manipulate it for their gain. Learn to identify these energy drains and take steps to protect yourself from them. This may involve limiting your exposure to toxic individuals, avoiding environments that are not conducive to your growth, and engaging in practices that replenish and restore your energy, such as spending time in nature, practicing self-care, and engaging in spiritual practices that uplift you. By protecting your energy, you ensure that you have the strength to continue on your journey with vitality and purpose. 7. Trust your intuition. Your intuition is one of the most powerful tools you have for protecting your destiny. It is the inner guidance system that helps you navigate the twists and turns of life. Trusting your intuition means listening to that still, quiet voice within that knows what is best for you. When something feels off or when you are faced with a difficult decision, your intuition will often provide you with the answers you need. Trusting this guidance is essential for protecting your destiny because it will lead you in the right direction, even when the path ahead is unclear. By following your intuition, you can avoid traps and pitfalls that may derail you from your true mission. 8. Take decisive action. Finally, an essential part of your escape plan is taking decisive action. While it is important to be thoughtful and strategic in your approach, you must also be willing to take bold, decisive steps when necessary. Procrastination and hesitation can leave you vulnerable to forces that wish to divert you from your path. When you are clear on your purpose and direction, take action with confidence, even if it requires courage and stepping into the unknown. Taking action shows the universe that you are committed to your destiny and ready to face whatever comes your way. Protecting your destiny is not about avoiding challenges or running from obstacles. It is about empowering yourself to remain true to your purpose, no matter what. By setting boundaries, staying grounded, seeking wise counsel, strengthening your inner resolve, protecting your energy, trusting your intuition, and taking decisive action, you will create a powerful escape plan that allows you to remain focused and aligned with your true path. Always remember that your destiny is sacred, and you have the strength within you to protect it from any external forces that may try to alter your course. You are the guardian of your own future, and with the right tools and mindset, nothing can stand in the way of your divine mission. The journey of a chosen one is not one of simple existence, but a path of constant growth, transformation, and ascension. It is a life that constantly evolves, shaped by the lessons you learn and the experiences you face. One of the most significant transformations you will undergo is the rebirth that occurs once you let go of those things, people, or circumstances that no longer serve your higher purpose. This release is not about abandoning. It is about clearing space for the new and the powerful to enter your life, bringing with them profound healing, empowerment, and renewal. To experience your rebirth, it is essential to understand that letting go is not a sign of weakness but a profound act of strength. As a chosen one, you carry within you a sacred purpose, one that requires you to be free from the past that weighs you down. These burdens can be emotional, spiritual, or even physical, often manifested in relationships, attachments, or outdated beliefs that no longer align with your divine mission. The need to let go comes from recognizing that holding onto these things only restricts your growth and prevents you from stepping into the fullness of your power. It is only when you release the things that are no longer in harmony with your purpose that you make room for greater blessings, new experiences, and higher vibrations that will guide you to the next phase of your journey. Letting go is often challenging because it requires a deep sense of courage and trust. It means acknowledging that the people, situations, or habits you have held onto for so long may no longer be beneficial for your highest good. This process can be painful as it may feel like you are losing something important. However, it is essential to trust that what you release will make space for something far greater. True courage lies in knowing that you are ready for this transformation, and that by allowing yourself to let go, you are stepping into the person you were always meant to become. You may have fears of the unknown or doubts about what lies ahead, but know that once you release, you open the door to endless possibilities and opportunities that were once beyond your reach. One of the most profound benefits of letting go is the healing that takes place. Holding onto past wounds, toxic relationships, or outdated thought patterns only prolongs your suffering. The act of releasing is an act of self-love and self-care. It is a way of honoring your worth and choosing your peace and well-being above all else. The moment you let go, you free yourself from the emotional chains that have held you captive for far too long. This release allows healing to flow into the deepest parts of your being, restoring balance, clarity, and inner peace. In this space of healing, you can begin to reconnect with your true essence and align yourself more fully with your divine purpose. Rebirth is the natural consequence of letting go. Just as the caterpillar sheds its old skin to emerge as a butterfly, you too must shed the layers that no longer reflect who you are becoming. The process of rebirth is a transformation of the soul, one that moves you from limitation to limitless potential. You may find that the things that once held you back, fear, doubt, regret, no longer have the power to control you. As you embrace your rebirth, you will begin to see the world through a clearer lens, one that is filled with possibilities and opportunities that you had once overlooked. You will step into your true power with confidence, knowing that the universe supports your every move and that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Once you have let go and experienced the healing of your rebirth, the next step is embracing the new path that lies before you. This new path is one that aligns with your highest potential, a journey that reflects the true essence of who you are. It may not be a path that others understand, but it is a path that feels right to you, filled with purpose and passion. You may face new challenges along the way, but know that they are part of your continued growth and evolution. With each step you take, you move closer to fulfilling your divine mission, and the universe will guide you every step of the way. The rebirth you experience is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process of transformation, growth, and evolution as you continue to align with your true purpose. Rebirth brings with it a multitude of gifts. As you release what no longer serves you, you become a magnet for the things that are meant to flow into your life. These gifts may come in the form of new relationships that support and uplift you, new opportunities that align with your mission, or a deeper understanding of your spiritual path. Rebirth also brings clarity, helping you to see your purpose more clearly than ever before. The clarity that emerges from this process allows you to make decisions that are aligned with your highest good, leading you to greater success, fulfillment, and peace. Letting go may feel difficult, but it is ultimately one of the most empowering actions you can take. When you let go, you reclaim your power and take control of your destiny. You stop allowing external influences or past wounds to dictate your future. Instead, you step into the driver's seat of your own life, knowing that you have the strength and the wisdom to navigate the path ahead. The empowerment that comes with letting go allows you to move forward with confidence, trusting that you are fully supported by the universe and that your journey is unfolding exactly as it is meant to. The rebirth of a chosen one is not a simple process. It is a profound transformation that requires strength, courage, and the willingness to release what no longer serves you. Once you let go of the past, you open yourself to new possibilities, healing, and a clearer alignment with your true purpose. Through this rebirth, you reconnect with your divine mission and step into your power, knowing that you are guided and supported every step of the way. The process of letting go is not about losing. It is about making space for the greatness that is already within you to emerge. Embrace your rebirth, for it is the beginning of something magnificent. In every journey of the chosen one, there is a moment when they must face their greatest challenge, breaking free from the chains of the past, the limitations placed upon them, and the forces that seek to control their destiny. This is the story of one such individual, a chosen one who faced these trials head-on and emerged victorious. Their escape is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of aligning with divine purpose. Once upon a time, there was an individual who, from an early age, knew they were different. They felt an innate sense of purpose, a calling that was unlike anything they could put into words. However, the world around them was full of distractions and challenges that clouded their vision. They were surrounded by forces that seemed to keep them from embracing their true potential. These forces came in many forms: societal expectations, toxic relationships, and even internal doubts and fears. Yet, deep down, they always knew they were meant for something greater. Growing up, this individual often felt misunderstood. While others followed the conventional path, they found themselves yearning for something more. They tried to conform, to fit in, but it never felt right. They felt a deep emptiness, a sense of disconnection from the life they were living and the person they were becoming. They felt as though they were living someone else's life, not their own. One day, after years of internal struggle, something extraordinary happened. The chosen one had an epiphany, a moment of pure clarity that pierced through the fog of confusion and doubt. In that instant, they realized that the life they were living was not theirs to live. They recognized that they had been confined by the limitations imposed on them, and that these limitations were not of their own making. It was as though the universe had whispered to them, You are meant for more. This awakening was both liberating and terrifying. It was liberating because they realized the truth of their being and the vast potential they held within. However, it was also terrifying because it meant that they would have to break free from everything they knew, from everyone they loved, and from the comfort zone that had kept them safe for so long. They would have to embark on a path that was unknown and uncertain. Breaking free was not easy. The chosen one faced immense resistance from the world around them. There were those who tried to hold them back, who did not understand their vision, and who feared the power they were beginning to unleash. These individuals often tried to keep them in their place, to suppress their light, and to convince them that they were not capable of achieving their dreams. But the chosen one could not be deterred. They knew that the power within them was greater than any external force. They began to shed the doubts and fears that had once held them captive, one layer at a time. They started to see beyond the limitations of their current reality and into the vast expanse of possibilities that lay before them. They understood that escaping these constraints was not just a matter of leaving the physical world behind. It was about breaking free from the mental, emotional, and spiritual chains that had bound them for so long. The chosen one knew that in order to truly escape and embrace their higher destiny, they would have to take a leap of faith. They would have to trust in the unknown, trust that the universe would support them, and trust that their divine mission was worth the risk. It was a leap into the unknown, where every step was uncertain and every outcome unpredictable. But they knew that this was the only way forward. With courage in their heart and faith in their spirit, the chosen one took the leap. They walked away from the familiar and stepped into a new reality, one where their true self could flourish, where they could fully embrace their purpose, and where they could make the impact they were destined to make. It was not easy, and there were moments of doubt and fear, but with each step, the chosen one grew stronger, more confident, and more aligned with their divine calling. The chosen one's escape was not just physical. It was a spiritual and emotional transformation. They let go of the fears that once held them back, the doubts that clouded their judgment, and the attachments that drained their energy. They embraced their true self, and in doing so, they discovered a power within them that was limitless. They realized that the true power of a chosen one lies not in their ability to conform to the expectations of others, but in their willingness to follow their own path, no matter how difficult or uncertain it may seem. Their escape was not just a personal victory. It was a victory for everyone who had ever felt trapped, confined, or oppressed by the circumstances of their lives. It was a reminder that we all have the power to break free from whatever holds us back, and to step into the fullness of who we are meant to be. The chosen one became a beacon of hope, showing others that they too could escape the limitations of their past and embrace the greatness that lies within them. The legacy of the chosen one who escaped is one that continues to inspire others to this day. Their story is a powerful reminder that true freedom comes from within. It is not about escaping the physical world or running away from responsibilities, but about breaking free from the mental, emotional, and spiritual chains that limit our potential. It is about recognizing that we are not defined by our circumstances, but by the power that lies within us to create the life we desire. In the end, the chosen one's escape was not just a personal transformation. It was a universal awakening. It was the beginning of a journey towards a higher purpose, a journey that continues to unfold, inspiring countless others to break free from their own limitations and step into the fullness of their divine potential. Every chosen one faces a unique and powerful challenge, one that stands as a defining moment in their spiritual journey. This challenge, often referred to as the divine test, is not just a test of strength, but one of faith, resilience, and true alignment with their higher purpose. The question arises, why do chosen ones have to face such a battle? The answer lies in the very nature of their mission and the transformative journey they are meant to undertake. The divine test is not a punishment nor a mere obstacle to overcome. Instead, it is a rite of passage, a necessary part of the chosen one's growth and evolution. This test serves as a confirmation of their commitment to their divine mission. It is a call to elevate oneself, to dig deeper into their inner strength, and to recognize their true potential. Through this test, the chosen one is asked to face their deepest fears and insecurities, as well as the external challenges that seek to distract them from their path. The divine test is a measure of how aligned the chosen one is with their higher self and divine purpose. It is designed to strip away the layers of doubt, fear, and limitation that may have accumulated throughout their life. The test is not meant to break them, but to shape them into the powerful, awakened individual they are destined to become. It is through the struggle and overcoming that they step into their true strength. At its core, the divine test is a test of faith. The chosen one must trust in the divine plan, even when the path ahead seems uncertain or unclear. They must hold firm to the belief that everything they are going through serves a higher purpose, even if they cannot fully understand it in the moment. This is the true nature of faith, the ability to believe and trust in something greater than oneself, even when faced with challenges that seem insurmountable. The test also requires unwavering commitment. The chosen one is being asked to make difficult choices, sometimes leaving behind old patterns, relationships, and familiar comforts to fully embrace their destiny. It is a call to rise above the distractions and limitations of the world, to focus on what truly matters, and to step forward with courage and confidence. Ultimately, the divine test is about transformation. It is through facing this battle that the chosen one is purified and refined. The struggles they endure, whether internal or external, become the catalyst for their growth. Each challenge is an opportunity to shed the old version of themselves and step into a more powerful, aligned, and awakened state. The battle they face is not a sign of weakness or failure. Rather, it is a sign of their progress and their readiness to fulfill their divine mission. The more they face, the more they rise. For each step taken through adversity strengthens their connection to the divine and to their true purpose. In the end, the divine test is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It is a necessary process that every chosen one must go through to reach the highest version of themselves. It is through this test that they learn the true depth of their power, their faith, and their purpose. And as they emerge victorious, they are more prepared to step into the destiny that awaits them. So now I ask you, who is this person in your life? You already know. Your soul whispered their name the moment this message began. Do not ignore it. Do not delay, because every second you stay with them, you delay your destiny. You reject your power. You silence your soul. But once you walk away, you return to your throne. Chosen one, you were never meant to stay small. You were never meant to be controlled. You were born to awaken, to lead, to transform. And for that to happen, you must release the single most dangerous person in your life at all costs. Comment below. I release the saboteur. If you are ready to rise, if you are ready to reclaim your divine mission, if you are ready to be free.